And hello everyone, welcome back to Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, FPL in the Trenches, Frontline League over on X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm your co-host Scott. Joining me as always is BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. We set a record for heat today here, so that kind of sucks. But other than that, doing pretty good. How about yourself?
It's a cool rainy day compared to what it's been. Normally I've been able to run around the block with my dog wearing a t-shirt, but it was back to a long sleeve and a sweater this morning because it was a bit chilly. It's not going to last though. It's just like a cold front kind of passing through. But it's Canada, so whatever. But it's May, so that shouldn't. It's summer now, right? But yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is May. It is the busy season for us here in the FPL. BeerMe, for wrestling in general, but for us especially because we got Backlash. I got the results here on our page. Backlash was Saturday, May 10th. Coming up is, yes, Battleground on May 25th, as well as Double or Nothing, also on May 25th. They're both on Sunday, because I think there's a UFC event on Saturday, so NXT's on Sunday. No, Saturday's main event, excuse me. But also, they're both at like 8. NXT's Battleground is at 8 p.m. I see it right here. I thought it was 7. It's at 8. They both have a literal same start time of 8 p.m. We are doing both. We'll get to that. We're going to talk about the results of Backlash first, though, BeerMe. Backlash did have the World Championship. Aiden Nakagi's kind of history-making run has already come to an end as Cam Popplestone, new avatar and all, has secured the FPL World Championship.
He did. He did the thing.
We both were kind of calling for it. I thought the momentum was there because like nothing would stop Cam. Quite literally, he had opponents change on 3 out of 3 shows. He haven't had an extra opponent on one of those, and he still won everything basically. So here he is, defeating Aiden Nakagi. Aiden did put like a thanks for the cool run. It was awesome. He just came in as a surprise for the Rumble, won the title, did a little short stint with us. Always welcome back. Now he's got a roster page and everything. Now he's a former world champion. But yeah, Cam Popplestone, former Canadian champion. I think it was a Canadian American. We've had 5 years of this. I'm starting to mix them up. I believe he was Canadian. That's right, because I challenged him for it. How did I forget that? But he's the world champion now. And it was damn near like an emotional thing, like not in character, but in our actual Discord. It was like, oh my God, this like an original won it. It's very cool to see. Like he'd been trying for that one for a long time, gunning for it, and he got it. We have another one of those. I'm going to lump these together, not for the sake of to not give Cam his moment, but it is kind of an awesome thing. Because the reaction, Jonathan C.T. Martin and Luke Gray won the tag titles. They beat FPL Continental Tag Team Champions Call of the Mountains, Sheriff Dog, and Mark Harper. CT has been hunting tag titles longer than there's been an FPL, and Luke finally won a title. I forget if he won the Top Block or the Road Warrior back in the JRPL. Those are different titles than we have. The Road Warrior was literally on every single show with a defense. We don't have a title like that. But the Top Lock was a title where whatever your like highest point version is doubled. So like if there was 5 matches on this, that one's worth 10. So that's how the points work for that. So that top one is worth even more. We don't have that title either. But I think he won those. I think he was saying that one. I can't remember, but I just love these originals winning all this. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's awesome to see.
Cam Popplestone, well-deserved. He'd been gunning for that for a long time. And it's kind of a neat story that like he brought it home, but he's like kind of a supervillain almost right now after attacking Daisy at Mania, costing her the title, some would say. He wouldn't.
Yeah,
he did. I saw a tweet. He said he didn't do it. This is character now.
Yeah.
He's like, no. I'm not ducking her, and we'll get more on that as we go. But it all worked. It all went according to plan, and he's the world champion now.
Yeah, I gotta stop picking against him because whenever I do, he always wins. So I guess that's like a thing. I gotta start picking him.
Sheriff Dog literally messaged me saying the curse has come through because whenever we actually pick the call, they lose. So
well, shit. Well, I guess
the curse is back, and we did, and CT has slid in. Yeah, it's a reference. CT and Luke are the tag champions as well. So some literal originals, and honestly, JRPL era people, which is going back to like 2017, 2018 type stuff, right?
Yeah, the
like
fact that
pre-COVID.
CT was so close on like multiple occasions, and he just couldn't get it done. It was
He went
like
to a
point,
draw with
like, every
FBU
time, or
twice.
draws. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
wild stuff.
even I know I was talking with Cam about it, and it's a mentality I've had because I was that top lock or the Road Warrior champion for 5 days, which in the grand scheme of things is a time frame that shouldn't really happen because it should be like Saturday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday, but it was like a Sunday to Friday because it was like an ROH show came up that I did it. So like it was a weird, unique record of 5. We have our 1 day reigns and our 1 minute reigns, whatever, same day shows and stuff, but 5 day. I'm like, yeah, I might have only had it for 5 days, which is a weird record shortness amount, but I still had it, and you can never take that away. And that's kind of like Cam's like, no matter what happens from here, I'm FPL World Champion. And that's how I look at it. That's how it would be. Even if I hadn't got cashed in on immediately, same difference. Like, I did it. I just need to beat Jimishi once to say that I have and I can. it's that mentality. I'm totally on board. So I know that CT is kind of similar here, and Luke, they've got it. Nobody wants a short reign. They want to keep these for a long time, but they're going to be busy because it is a very, very, very busy summer season with multiple show weekends coming up.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts, but we'll dive in there as we go through here. We have the American Championship also changing hands, BeerMe, as Detrick Cyrus did defeat Ralantando. So Ralantando didn't have it long.
Yeah.
His character has kind of been like, I don't need titles, so it's kind of been a thing. Like, he's not that worried about it in that sense. But Detrick Cyrus, another, like, long-time, old-school guy. Like, it's very, very cool to see these guys coming in and winning these titles. It's very, very cool. I like it. I like him having that. I forget, was he Canadian champion? Or was he European? I know he was tag. He was tag early on.
I think it's Europe. I want to say it was European. I could be wrong. Yeah. He'll probably let me know if I was wrong. But no, I'm happy that he won too. I was super ecstatic because, like, yeah, that's cool to see.
The Canadian Championship did not change hands. It's the only one that didn't, as Eddie Chairshot Wood did retain over Captain Krulik's Blackwell by a point. And it's Watson rules, so there was no bonuses involved. So Cap could have cleaned up with bonuses. I truly don't know the specifics, but that's
Cap was
them's the breaks.
He's like I was the only challenger that didn't win. I was like, oh man, yeah.
I mean, you guys were there before.
He'll be back.
You've had it where FBU won everything except you didn't, right? Like, you've been there. You've literally been that guy. Yeah.
Literally been that guy. Yeah, that sucks, but he'll be back.
It's a lot. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like he'll definitely.
It's 1 point. Yeah, he'll be back.
Exactly, 1 point. And it's a lot different when it's a WWE show versus AEW show. When AEW shows have sometimes triple the amount of matches, it makes Watson rules a bit different on that sense. So,
also, I think we gotta put a little respect on Eddie the Chairshot Wood there because like he's doing good.
He won it from the GMSG and retained it over Blackwell.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good start.
Yeah,
and defense, like that's
yeah.
Not to say others haven't had it, but ooh,
it's a pretty good start.
Yeah,
pretty good start. There.
Yeah. We did have a non-title match. Another champion did not win. It is Atlas Kiyama. He did not win over Mac and Cheese. He's the European champion. That feud is now on the main show, and Mac and Cheese did win that. So I love that feud going from the house. Like, now what? Right? Is he get another shot? What happens now? So it's interesting. Like the story that's come out of just a competitive nature. I love when that happens. Yeah. Bear me. We can't have a tournament though in the FPL without a no contest happening. Because we have the North American Clash, and in round 1 in a hardcore match, Jackson Myrtle and Matt Zion went to a no contest.
Of course.
Now, what's funny is the graphic on my screen also has Bane the Bissa there. So CT is going to see that in a message in a little bit, and it'll be like, I'm going to send that to him right now. I'll rescreen, grab my stuff. But they will both advance now to the next round, which will be a death match. So they both advance. If it's a final, we do kind of do it again, is how things run. But for this, I mean, if both advance. So both men will be going on to the next round. The other side, though, we did have Bane the Bissa. His picture's there twice. Maybe that's why. He did advance over Memory, so he is going on to the next round. So they are... Oh, that match up top, that's the match. It's Myrtle, Zion, and Bane. So that will be the next one. Let's go over to the Watson side, though. Mark Steele did defeat X, also by a point. It's actually the same scoring as the title match. So that's kind of funny there. And Rab beat Boonjaw also by a point. So these Watson rules matches by 1 point, but hey, it's a tournament that happened, so there we go. So
You know, it'd be wild is if like Matt and Rab both win these.
They could be in the final.
Yeah, they could be in the final, and they were a team. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, they are a team, and they could end up going
to
the final. Yeah, I like it, but we'll talk more about that bracket as we go because that'll be the match announcements for the next stuff coming up. We do have Daisy Knoll beating Rufus Bear. Yes, Daisy beat a bear. The Kings of the Ring, Bash and a Broken Nerd, did turn back the light of the Cult. Just they got their number right now. That's Danny the Light and Kurt Cult losing to Bash and a Broken Nerd. BeerMe, you and the GMSG did defeat the Un-Americans, so FBU winning their tag matches. You beat Supreme Rock and the Gaffer. Eli beat Lucifer. A big win for Eli. Lucifer's been on a bit of a roll. I think I might be mistaken on that one. I usually am when I say that. But in my mind, he's been kind of doing well. And Eli did that much better. Jonathan Monroe has my number. He beat me and Papa Snooch by a point and a point. 23, 22, 21. Right. Son of a bitch. Good on him, though. But, like, one bonus off. I'm like, yeah, Cody will be there. I lost because of that. If I said no, I would have had 24. And I would have won.
Oof.
That's all it takes. All it takes.
Yep.
And Bailey. Also Bailey, too. Either of those. I could have had it. So, yeah, that's all it takes.
Oh, yeah. I put yes for Bailey. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought it makes sense. Yeah, I thought. Yeah. I mean, who knew there would be 11 RKOs? But anyway, Aiden Mack did defeat Omega G, a newcomer, 27-20. Monkey Bong beat Redhead. Monkey that's 96, I think now. Monkey has said. Monkey watches.
Right.
Monkey knows. Monkey watches this. Now he knows that this is in character versus that. So this isn't like Scott and BeerMe,
right?
The characters. He knows. So he's watching the commentators and he's going like, a monkey knows, monkey sees, monkey does. Yep. That was not planned. But down to 96. He's interested in trios because why go one by one? Let's knock them down in threes.
Right.
So I love that. That promo just made me laugh so much. I loved it. Monkey probably is still going to throw poo at me. But I had to pick against the Monkey because it was my girl. So, sorry about that one. But we'll see your next matches, and we'll see how we think on those ones. So we'll see. I'm still bummed, though, because my girl lost. But no, nothing personal, Monkey, just business. Pushino did defeat Hiroshi and Moses. Big win for Pushino. Payne beat the Arbiter. Another big win there. Orstella beat CM Carlito. James Blake beat Wookie. That is the rebound Blake has been looking for. Not to say that Wookie is like super tough and amazing, but he's very flaky in that sense. Like he'll get some wins, but it doesn't really string together much. But he's always dangerous. Losing to him would have been a problem for Blake. Blake won handily. So Hunter Williams and LC went to a no contest, and 3J Platinum beat Jut Jut. 3J Platinum's 30 is one of the highest scores, I think. He would have beat Blake with that. Pushino 29, Monkey 29. I think that 30 might be the top. I can't tell on the tags, obviously, but sure none of those are 60, so odds are no. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's the top score.
Yeah, he scored he scored the highest of the night, I'm pretty sure.
There you go. 3J with 30. There you go. John Cena doing it. Yeah. Now we have a lot of achievements in here. We got some first-time champions. We got some 50-match wins. We got some 20-match tag wins, things like that. So please go through all those. Check them out. We do appreciate that. This write-up came out almost immediately afterwards. If you want to talk about fast results, you better believe Battleground results are going to come out during Double or Nothing, because it's already it's being written. We're in that stage of things. But this write-up, please go check it out. The details are here. Again, we know we have more than just the results that you read and we talk about, because there is stuff with afterwards, the opening ceremonies of the Clash, things like that. There's a lot in here that we go through. There's the updated bracket for everybody. Zion and Myrtle versus Bane in the next round. Sorry, Zion, Myrtle, and Bane in a triple threat in the next round. And then Steel and Rab, the winners, face off in the final. Backstage with Halcyon is taking a leave after some injuries. We've got, which is a big blow because it's former world champion, literally leaving afterwards with Cam. So that's the sad one. But there's the tag title. Lots of stuff in here in the aftermath. And BeerMe and Jimus G came out, and FBU does some stuff, and then Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, there's activity happening with WrestleMania in the rear view mirror. One might say there's been a backlash of things to come from it. So that's the point. But it really worked for us too, because all new positioning, all new things happening now as we go to Battleground. So Battleground is, like I said, Sunday, May 25th. They're both Sunday, May 25th. They're both 8 p.m. Battleground's pre-show, as far as we know, is 1 hour, so 7 p.m., meaning the deadline for us is 6 p.m. Eastern. The pre-show for Double or Nothing, I think, is an hour and a half, so that's 6:30 p.m., meaning a 5:30 p.m. deadline. So even though in our chronology, Double or Nothing happens after, its deadline is first. That's not confusing at all. The picks pages will be up Tuesday after NXT, and obviously Wednesday. Well, it should be Wednesday after Dynamite, but since it's a Sunday show, we might actually be able to get... No, the Rampage is dead. Yeah, no, it's Collision on Saturdays. Yeah, depending how they do that. If there's like a Collision Thursday, or like they did this weekend, whatever, it'll be that one, but it'll be after the main last show of it. So probably Wednesday Dynamite. We'll have that. So let's dive in. The European Grand Prix Championship. Atlas Kiyama. He's not defending his mac and cheese. He instead is defending against Danny the Light Jordison. Mac and cheese is probably in the wings, but Atlas versus Danny for the European title. Danny is trying again for this title. I don't know if he's going to pull this off. I do like Atlas's chances here. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I think Atlas pulls this one out.
Okay. We have the FPL Global Triad Championship. It is the Jimmy Bash and Broken Nerd, the 3 members of FBU, versus opponents to be named. And I think I could name those opponents.
Oh.
I think I could do that right now if you like. Do you want to know who your guys are going to defend against?
Sure.
The Monkey Munchies, Monkey Bong, Mac and Cheese, and Lucifer of Hell's Kitchen.
I like that.
Now, we did do the name Monkey Munchies. If Monkey Bong has a better plan for that name, we can do that. But the Kitchen and Monkey Bong, there you go. There is the Monkey going for 3 more, and he also wants the Triad title.
I'm here for it. I can't root for him, but I love the team.
I can't bet against FBU, but it's NXT, and that's historically his problem. But you've been doing good at NXT lately.
Yeah, we
actually
did well.
As of right now, I like the upset from Monkey Munchies, just because it's NXT. And it looks like it's a weird one too. So we'll do our final predictions next week. But right now, I kind of like Monkey. I'm kind of taking that. I like the possibility there. So. We'll see. We do have a Battleground elimination hardcore match. It is Team Camp Applestone, the world champion, and Team Daisy Noel, the former world champion. More on that as we go here. With 4 team members each.
I have 2 members of Team Camp Applestone. The first 2 members.
Do I have the other? Hold on. I'm just looking at 3 mine here. This is Battleground, right? Yes, yeah. I have the first 2 team members of Team Daisy Noel.
All right.
And you got 2 members of Team Cam?
Yep. First 2 members, Team Camp Applestone. Yep.
Go for it.
All right. The first 2 members of Team Camp Applestone are me, BeerMe Jesus.
Okay.
And James Blake.
Oh, God. So, the current FPL World Champion, who is on the run of a lifetime, yourself, who is one of the more dominant champions and superstars that there's been, and James Blake, who arguably is the greatest world champion we've ever had. That's a pretty good trio to start, and there's 2 more to go on to that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Team Daisy. Daisy's like the one who came out of nowhere and does not lose, generally. Very dominant world champion, one of the few 2-time champions. Okay, I like that. Team Daisy is teaming with me, Scott, and current FPL American champion, Detrick Cyrus.
Hey, that's pretty good.
This is a good team so far.
I like that.
I am the most losingest of these people. I think to myself, or it might be myself and Detrick. Detrick might, because I know Detrick, he kind of bounces here and there. I've had a rough time ago with things, though. So your team has got... Sorry, Daisy, but that team's looking strong. We got
Detrick's on a roll, man. He's champ.
He is. I do well in these kind of matches generally, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't win Survivor Series, so I haven't won one of those in like 5 years. And this is elimination. It's 5 elimination. Oh God, we'll see. Just based on the numbers, we're the underdogs. Bet on us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll have more on that one. There'll be 2 more members announced next week for both teams, so we'll see what happens there. But so far, that's looking awesome. Hey, I get to get my hands on Cam again. He's the world champ. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Let's go. I'm on board for that. That sounds good to me. Teaming with the American champ, I got Daisy on my side. Hey, BeerMe, I get to face you again? Let's go.
That's true. Yeah.
And Blake, who beat me back in Toronto. Yeah, this will be fun. I'm on board. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Lots of revenge to happen. Let's go. We do have a Steel Cage hardcore match. Mark Harper versus Supreme Rock. Yeah, we'll talk about the full, like, who we think is going to win next week, but I'm leaning Harper on that one, just out of the gate.
Yeah.
First Blood Deathmatch, Eli versus Redhead 12. Sorry, Eli, I'm picking Red. What's your thing?
I'm going to go with the upset. He's been doing all right in singles matches.
Okay. Yeah, he has. Okay. And then we got a bunch of question marks. We got some kickoff matches. We talked about these before. Sheriff versus the Gaffer. Ellison versus Orstella, and 3J Platinum versus Memories. I'm picking 3J. He's doing good on scores. But let's fill in some of these gaps, BeerMe, for Battleground. So also on Battleground, I have two matches, because I already mentioned my trios match. I have Luke Gray versus Mark Steele. So one half of the tag champions versus the newcomer Mark Steele. I like that a lot. I'm picking Luke, just off the cuff.
Mark's moving on in the tourney, though, so he's got a little... Yeah, I'm going to go with Luke.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be shocked if Mark won.
How about this one?
He's doing really well.
JJ Rocky versus Matt Zion, who's moving on in the tournament, and versus Wookie. I'm picking Matt. It's NXT, but I'm still picking Matt. I got it.
I'm going to pick JJ.
That's a safe bet. I just don't pick against Matt, so yeah. What have you got to announce for Battleground?
I got 3 matches.
Okay.
I have Aiden Mack taking on X.
Ooh, that's a tough one with X, but I got to go with Aiden Mack on that.
Yeah, I usually pick Aiden Mack, so I'm gonna go with him. I have Bane the Bissa taking on Kurt Colt. I think I'm gonna pick Bane.
Is that Bane versus Kurt Colt?
Yeah.
I went sure it was third because it did cut out for a second there.
Yeah.
I'm leaning toward Bane on that one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have a 6-man. I have Chilltown, Ralentando, Hero Jackson.
Oh, you're cutting out, baby. I don't know what you're doing, but you're cutting out.
All right. Am I better? Better?
I believe so. I got most of it. I heard Ralentando, Jackson.
Yep.
And okay. I think I knew what it was, but let's try that.
Oh yeah, it's Chilltown, Ralentando, Hiroshi Moses, and Jackson Myrtle.
There we go.
Taking on Team Hardcore, the Arbiter, Eddie Chairshot Wood, and Pushino.
Eddie's the current American champ. Pushino, the former American champ. Say American. Eddie's the Canadian champ, and Pushino's former American.
Yeah.
And who's the first one? Sorry.
Arbiter.
Ooh. I probably need to lean on Chilltown. They're more of a unit, I think, on that one. So I think they're the one to go with. But it's hard to bet against Team Hardcore. I like that team.
I like that team too.
Eddie's on a roll too.
Good.
Yeah. Oh.
He is. Yeah.
And Pushino just won. Yeah. I think that might be the way to go. I think that might be the ones. Yeah. I'm not
for sure yet. We'll have to come.
We'll lock that in next week. Yeah. Let's keep going though, because also on that day at the same time. It's Double or Nothing. And this card looks weird. And now I'm going to remind people already early when you're putting in your picks, and if a match gets changed before the deadline, which is going to be like 5:30 Eastern, the match gets thrown if the picks page is out. So if something happens and that like 12-man Anarchy in the Arena has a person change in it, it's thrown beforehand. So keep that in mind. Like I wouldn't go too high in a match with that many moving parts. Especially when it's all like maybes. Just keep that in mind. But we've got the World Championship. Because Cam Popplestone said that he wants to defend against Daisy Knoll. He was scheduled to face Daisy Knoll going into this. And he has said in our character chat, he doesn't want these allegations of ducking her or costing her for an easy win or whatever it may be, even though Aiden Nakagi was not an easy win in any stretch. He's literally he's had the most successful run from the Rumbles like ever, aside from maybe Blake, who also had the Euro title. Cam Popplestone is defending against Daisy Knoll. This is not a normal scheduled defense. This was not going to be a World Championship match. We booked things with the Canadian title and the American title. We moved the World title, I think, to Money in the Bank. That's still happening at Money in the Bank with the challenger that was set for Money in the Bank. But Cam's got to get through this first. And Cam's done this before. Because remember, he lost the tournament that was to determine, it was like a G1 style one where if he won, he'd pick his challenger. He lost and didn't even make it to the next round. So his challenger was set, and he was just facing it in a non-title match at the final. He said he wanted to earn his way into that tournament match too, so he was putting the belt on the line and won. So historically, Cam Popplestone has won this match. No one else has ever done this kind of thing. So normally I don't bet against Daisy. I'm on your team, Daisy. I know, but Cam's got this. And I said before, like, does Cam win and then not here and then Cam, like, but it's the world title now.
Betting against your teammate, Scott.
Look who it is.
I know.
My gut says Cam, he's not going to lose that. There's only been 2 Bloodline Rules matches. Cody Rhodes won both. There's only been 2 impromptu title matches, and Cam Popplestone could win both. And I'm kind of leaning towards that. But if any, like, this is a dangerous match with Daisy Knoll.
Right.
If this was non-title, okay. And if he lost to Daisy, Daisy's clearly going to get a shot down the line.
Yeah.
If he even makes it to when she'd get it. Like, plain as day, like, if you beat the world champion on a main show, you're kind of in line. Like, it's just a thing. It's not a guarantee, but that's pretty damn close. That's kind of how Cam got to this point, honestly, with his wins, right? Like, that's how he got there, basically, with him beating, well, it wasn't Halcyon, but it was the replacements, so he's going to take care of it. I think Cam is like, he's not going to put any doubt in that, and he's going there. But Daisy Knoll is the single most dangerous person I can think of that he could be facing in this match. So, yeah. I don't know. You got Daisy on that one?
Nope, I'm Team Cam Popplestone, baby. Let's go.
Okay, we got that, so there we go. We'll see. Next week, we'll see what happens in a week when it's time to kind of like let this breathe. But yeah, I love this, like, we had a surprise in the Rumble who won the title, not even from our promotion. We've got Cam Popplestone saying, I'll defend the title tonight kind of thing. Like, I love that we've got this stuff happening now. It's really, really cool. The Canadian Championship is being defended. Watson Rules match, like I said. It was going to be the American Championship, Canadian Championship, so the Canadian title being defended by Eddie Tearshaw Wood, Watson Rules.
I have the opponent.
Challenger to be named. Go ahead if you want to throw that one out there now.
It's you.
Yes, it is. I've had a bit of a run, and I get to go try to get the Canadian title for the first time since I made it up in JRPL and lost it. Never got it back like 7 years ago. I'm not. It's AEW. I'm actually, you know what? I'm confident, but I'm not because it's Eddie.
Yeah, he's kind of on a roll.
I don't think I faced him yet. So, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I wrote it like I haven't, so we'll see how that goes. This is match already written, yeah. But it's because we got to get it done. Because there's like another show a week after or whatever, like in June. So, yeah. I'm picking myself because I have to. I need to win that Canadian title. Especially in today's climate.
Right.
I gave serious thought about me winning the American title and how fun that would be. We'll come to that. We'll see what happens. But
right.
No offense, Eddie. I'm looking forward to it. It should be the GMSG. I can't let that go from my heart. If it was Krulex, it would have been like, it's just like, this is a bit. This could be the beginning of an awesome feud. Like, this could be awesome. It could be great. It could be no contest. We go down the road. But I gotta win, man. I gotta win. Who are you picking?
Oh man,
say it. You're picking Eddie.
I'm gonna pick you, Scott. I think you're gonna pull it off.
Okay, you don't sound that confident about it.
Hey, if there's ever a time,
yeah, in Phoenix, Arizona, let's go win that Canadian title.
Yeah,
there's a year late out of Toronto. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the crowd even booing because like I've got a Canadian flag and stuff. They're gonna boo. Of course, look at things right now. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be great. Let's talk about America. The American Championship. Dedrick Cyrus is gonna have his defense. He's going in there and defending it. I can announce who that's against. What do you want to know? Do you want to know the challenger first or the type of match? Because I've got the stipulation as well.
I kind of want to know the type of match, now you say it.
It is going to be a Wild West Cowboy Brawl hardcore match.
That sounds fun.
Dedrick Cyrus versus the GMSG.
Oh, wow.
It grosses me out a little bit that this could end with he and I holding the titles.
Right.
We need Crown Jewel now to do the title versus title champion match.
Oh god.
Not Australia in October. Come on. Night of Champions is coming. I'm sorry, Detrick, but I don't get a bet against GMSG. I don't. And you're not, so we can move on from that.
Yeah, I'm not, but I mean, Detrick's on a roll, so
Again, dangerous.
not gonna be easy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's move through. Again, I mentioned this already. We got Bane the Bessa versus Jackson Myrtle versus Matt Zion, and we got Mark Steele versus Rab. We both kind of want that Matt Rab final. So I think we know what
Kind of do now.
like
yeah.
that's the set for the rest of this. I like Bane a lot. I like Jackson a lot. I like Mark Steele a lot. I love all that. Like Mark Steele, especially the kind of newcomer getting in. That's awesome because he basically getting the title shot at like SummerSlam. That's cool as hell. But
I feel like Jackson Myrtle is really underrated. Like he does really, really well.
He's been so solid.
Yeah.
He's been really
solid.
Great. Yeah,
solid competitor.
I like all this. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Let's move on. We got question marks, BeerMe. I have more matches to announce. I also have the Kings of the Ring, Bastion and Broken Nerd. They will face Hell's Kitchen, Mac and Cheese, and Lucifer. So this follows right on the heels of that Trios title match that happens in Tampa that is like the same day at the same time that happens prior. So Bastion and Broken Nerd could be Trios champions here or lose them to Mac and Cheese and Lucifer. And then they're going to be in this match. As well as Call of the Mountains, Sheriff Dog and Mark Harper in a #1 contenders match for the tag titles.
Ooh.
That is a sick match. I think originally it was like the two, and then because the call kind of bounced out, it's like, they're still in this discussion.
Right.
I don't bet against the Kings. I don't. But if Hell's Kitchen wins the Trios titles with Monkey Bong, I see them also winning this and getting like the major complete upset over the Kings and the call. If they don't, I think the Kings take this. Nothing against the call, but it's the curse, right? So
Right.
So if I pick them, they're going to lose. So odds are they will win, but I'm not picking them. Who we got? Again, we'll do our full rundown next week. Kind of. We got 2 shows to run down next week. It's these.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, I got the Kings for right now.
Okay.
So.
Well, of course. I've also got. Honestly, it looked like I have so many matches. There's just so many paragraphs to them. I have Boonjaw versus Memories versus X in a triple threat. I'm picking Boonjaw on that. The snake.
I'm gonna go with X.
With X. All right, and I got one more thing, but I'll announce that last. What have you got to announce here for Double or Nothing?
All right, I have 3 more matches.
Okay.
I have a. This is great. I like this. A Hunter Williams birthday open challenge. It'll be Hunter Williams versus a mystery opponent.
Always fun. I'm picking Hunter. Let's go. I know it's an open challenge, but nah. He's gonna Joe Hendry someone. We can get into that realm now. So yeah.
Right. I too am gonna pick Hunter Williams.
Okay. What else you got?
I have Redhead 12 taking on Jonathan Monroe.
Red. Monroe's been great, but Red. I'm biased.
I think Monroe's going to complete the sweep of beating match of the night in singles. It's going to do it.
It was a triple threat, but yeah, I won on. Yeah.
Right.
I could see it.
That is true. Yeah.
It is a good match. I can see it, but nah. I got my girl.
All right. And I have a non-title match. It will be the Reaction, Jonathan C.T. Martin and Luke Gray, taking on Chilltown, Ralentando, and Hiroshi Moses.
Ooh. I forget if Chilltown defended against the Reaction. Because if they did, they clearly won it because they didn't lose the title.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards that outcome, Chilltown winning with non-title. It is a main show, too, so that could get them back into contention. Even though they're not in the contenders match, it still is like, ooh, okay. Like that's kind of how the division is, but I know the Reaction. I think they're gonna have that momentum. That win really, like, if you were in our Discord, not even in character chat, which has been amazing. Like Cam stuff has been incredible. But if you're in our Discord, in our general chat or live event chat, and you've seen the stuff from Luke and CT and Cam in particular, it's just been like it's lit a fire. So, like legitimately. So I'm kind of pulling for the reaction on that one. It's the feel good. Yeah. How about you?
I got the reaction.
Reaction, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it? Because I've got one more thing to announce. There will be a 21-man casino battle royal. Super man and woman. The winner of it will be the last entrant into our Money in the Bank ladder match. The other competitors will be revealed next week on Trenches. I have no names to announce right now. For either. Either. I got nothing for you for the Money in the Bank ladder match, except for the winner of the Battle Royal. And I don't have the names of the Battle Royal yet. I mean, I do, but you're not getting them yet. You got to wait next week. Because honestly, next week is pretty much going to be like, all right, here's the show. Here's the Battle Royal names. I already know what suits people are in. We're not drawing that one this time. We gotta go. Because we gotta pre-write this stuff. Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. I'm looking forward to it. Literally, the screen is just a bunch of question marks. That's what it is. That's your battle royal right now. A lot of question marks. But yes, it should be super fun. I think we're good, BeerMe. I think we ran through some crazy stuff. Remember, everybody. Both shows are at the same time next week. When you see the picks page, please put your picks in. Battleground's a house show. But it's good for story and stuff, and it's a lot of fun, I think. Double or Nothing is a main show. Keep that in mind. And it matters for stuff, and is also fun, I think. So, yeah. Lots of crazy stuff. Lots going on. I can't wait for this. It's also fun to watch this stuff. Double or Nothing's a weird show this year because it does feel like they're definitely reacting to Saturday Night's Main Event being there with a lot of, like, how it's booked where it doesn't seem as important of a show. But it's Double or Nothing, which is historically, like, a big one. I don't know. But keep that in mind when you're doing your picks. Like, anything could happen in these things, and it leads towards the next one, and we're on a train going through with Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, Night of Champions, All In, Slammiversary, SummerSlam, and the Forbidden Door. And that's the Clash in Paris, and that's August. That's like the next 3 months. The rest of the latter half of May, we're halfway through it, June, July, and August. There's, I say it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shows in 3 months. 3.5. Because 2 of them are on one day. A couple times. Help. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Anything else you want to say, BeerMe, before we go?
Nope.
All right. It is Frontline League on X. Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe. All that fun stuff. Do keep that in mind. Follow a link down in there to our Discord. It is also Discord for Top of the Card. It is a podcast about actual wrestling stuff. We did delay. We had to delay it again from last week. We'll be back on it. I know there's releases. I know there's stuff to talk about. There's more AAA stuff and some going on. We had to delay that. We'll record that next week after these shows. So there might be some more fallout there as well. But check that one out also. But that Discord is shared with the Frontline Prediction League. You can go in there. You can see the live event chat. You can see these booking pages. You can see the results of all our history, the profiles, the character chat, the live event stuff, the general stuff, the gaming stuff. It's all in there. It's a lot of fun. We do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll call it there, guys. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.